Alright, so we got the H-brace post set. Now we're going to put the wire on. Now this wire is high tensile. You do not want to let the end of this go. It will wing you and whap you in the face. So what we'll do is, because the barbed wire is constantly pulling that direction on the top of the post, what we do is we take from the top there and brace it down to the bottom, top there, brace down to the bottom, and it's supposed to stop that weight of that barbed wire pulling on it. It just creates like a fulcrum point so it doesn't pull as bad and end up yanking your corner posts out. Ask me how I know that you can't let the end of that roll go. All right, so now that I got that tied on here, I put 2 staples in the top and bottom, but I don't pound them all the way in until I'm tightened. But what I do, now you can use several different things for this. I use a piece of rebar, mainly because I have a whole bunch of it around. Now what I want is, so when I tighten this up, I want the tail on that side of the fence to be on the same side as what the wire is. So with this fence, the wire is going to run along this side. So I want this tail, oh, can't get it to focus. I want this tail on that side. And what that does, it's not too big of a deal for sheep, but for cattle and horses, if you have a piece of rebar sticking out somewhere, it's guaranteed they're gonna find it with the flank or their side or hip or anything like that. So I always just try and tuck it behind the wire, whether it be page or barbed wire. Makes it a little bit safer. And then after I got these tightened, I just go and tighten the staples. Make sure I don't put them in too far so that I don't crack the wire. It does have a high breaking strength, so it takes a lot to break it, but at the same time it gets explosive. So be careful. But yeah, that's how I build my H-braces. And yeah, with our funky ground, I put 3 corner posts and 2 braces on each corner. On ground that doesn't move as much as mine, you can get away with a corner post down there and then a regular post at double the length of whatever you have in the ground. So for example, that post is 4 feet in the ground, so you could go 8 feet out here and have a single post, and that should be enough. Apparently that's how the physics work, is, you know, that should be enough to hold it back. But because our ground frost heaves so bad, that's why I opt to build them a little bit sturdier. Developed a bit of a bad habit here, little Miss Maggie. As soon as I shut the skid steer off, she decides she needs to get up on the stairs and make sure I'm coming out. Bad dog. All right, so it's the next afternoon. My ADD kind of took over yesterday, and I ended up calling about some tires that I needed for the back end of the flat deck trailer. So anyway, and then I ended up mowing the lawn afterwards because it was getting pretty out of hand. So anyway, got that all done. Built these braces this afternoon. It is hot and muggy. Wouldn't be surprised if we build a big thunderstorm with hail. It is muggy as heck. So anyway, these 2 aren't completely finished. And I have the 3 down there. Same thing, they're not completely finished. I forgot to bring the rebar back to wrap around and lace up like these ones. So always forgetting supplies. So I'm gonna make sure I go back and get the rebar for these and for those 3 over there, and get all the supplies I need for the barbed wire. Change out the roll of wire and drop off my chainsaw and stuff. I'll get these sections of fence up with the barbed wire, then start working on more braces. So, because I've got the sheep up in one of the rotational paddocks up there, and they're blocking the fence. So, yeah, and I know that I'll have helpful little sheep. So if I get this portion finished back here for their move tomorrow in their rotation, I'll set up a pen back here for them. And then it's less electricity that I have to put up if I have the barbed wire up already. And if I get the galvanized on it, great, because then I can throw the power right to it. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working away here. And yeah, I'll show you the finished product when I get there. Well, here I thought I was getting a cool time lapse of the storm behind me working, putting these wires up. Because I haven't gotten my new camera yet and my clip on, they're coming tomorrow. I'd put this old barbed wire reel up in the tree here, set it on top, and I guess we'll see when I look at the video how far it actually made it. Here I thought it was going to be such a cool time lapse. Even though that storm's not going to hit over here, it's moving to the northwest. I'm gonna finish this fence up and get it stapled, and I'm gonna have to put a new tie wire on here. I got a little overexcited tightening it and it broke, so it won't be too big of a deal to put a new one on, even with the barbs being on here, because I need to water my horses again. I was hoping to put it on this side of the fence and move these panels over if I didn't get that fence across here finished, which, judging by, I think it's about 9 o'clock right now. I'm probably not going to get it done tonight, so I'll just carry those panels over, go fill up my new water tank and give them some water, and yeah, I can work on stapling this and getting these last. I'll tighten this 4th wire and then add the 5th wire to it. I guess I explained earlier in the video you can use different things for building these each braces. So what a lot of people will do is put a wood stab in here. What I'm going to do on the page wire fences is put an inline tensioner, do a figure 8 and then an inline tensioner so that it'll hold it, and if I need to tighten them up again after, I can. I opted for the rebar for the barbed wire because it's actually not that hard to pull barbed wire off, to be able to spin that around and tighten it up if needed. And then instead of notching the posts like I do, you can buy brackets that fit a 4x4 that attach right to the rounded side of the post. I personally don't like using them, but especially because I like the posts as the cross brace. So I just notch them. mean, they fit pretty nice. Sometimes I make the notches a little too big, but they seem to work if I double them up like this. The reason that one in the yard is heaved is because there was only one put up, and that was my bad. I know that. So by the time this video comes out, I see that I have a whole bunch of new subscribers. So welcome to the channel. My name is Erin, in case you hadn't caught it. And this is Sheep Happens Ranch. And yeah, I'm super excited for this summer project of fencing and get these two done today, and get the other half of this fence done tomorrow, as well as a couple other jobs, of course. But yeah, this is super exciting, and I hope everyone goes and checks out that the CFGA off-calf funding. It's a really cool program. I am so thankful that I got approved for it, because it allowed me to do this and have better, healthier sheep from doing rotational grazing. So if you've made it to the end of the video here, comment with what your favorite type of farm fence is, whether it be barbed wire, page wire, electric high tensile. You know, what's your favorite type of farm fence? It can be all sorts of different options for everyone to comment. So anyway, thanks for watching. I better get back to work here. Bye.